Hi guys, this is Forza Meyya. It's a pleasure to see all of you in my another video. As you know, I'm actually in a series of creating videos on communication and leadership skills. So it's actually a pleasure for me to share my thoughts, my knowledge on whatever experience I have faced and scenarios that I have come through during my career journey, or let it be my education journey, right? Or things that I've seen surround either my housing area or things where I've traveled before. Okay, so should you like my video, click like. Should you want to hear more from me, please click subscribe. And of course, if you feel your friends, your relatives, your family members would benefit from my video, of course click share. At least the rest would also benefit from this. So guys, today I'm actually going to speak about performance evaluation, methods how you can do your performance evaluation, how you enhance your performance evaluation. But before that, do you know that employees don't quit their job, they quit their bosses? This is what has been said by the Harvard Business Review. Right? So the boss or your superior or your manager plays a crucial role in evaluating the performance appraisal. And here I am to actually share the technique or the 6 steps or 6 pointers, you would say, how you can enhance your performance evaluation if you are evaluating your subordinates, your team members. Right? It's called 2 micro. Alright, so what do you mean by 2? It has to be two-way communication. Alright, performance evaluation is not a place for the manager or the boss or the superior to actually lecture. It's not a seminar. You have to understand, throughout the year, the employee or the subordinate has worked hard. Alright, they have faced challenges, they would have had some strengths, they would have had opportunities, and this is the platform for them to know how they performed. Alright, so you also must give them chance to speak. Most of the mistakes that managers or the superiors makes is where the bosses, they tend to control the conversation. It means, let's say it's a duration of 1 hour appraisal. The boss or the manager would have spoken probably for 50 minutes or 55 minutes. Okay, so it means the employee or the subordinate would only have 5 minutes or less. Okay, so the advisable percentage or the portion would be, of course, it's the best to have 50-50. But sometimes it's quite challenging or difficult to have the balanced platform. But nevertheless, usually I would suggest to go for 60-40, where the superior or the boss would have 60% and the employer or the subsidiary, the subordinate, okay, would have the 40%. Alright, so it's 60-40, so it's roughly around there, or it's 55-45. Okay, so make sure it's two-way communication. Make sure because as a superior, you have to be a good listener. Alright, only when you're a good listener, you tend to process the information, put yourself in their shoe, and able to understand what actually went wrong. Okay, so you have to think from that point of view. That's where a two-way communication would make things better. My second tip is the word micro, the letter M. It stands for motivate. I'm sure most of you would have evaluated or done performance evaluation or appraisal for your subordinate. How many of the subordinate, when they leave the room or leave your workstation at the end of evaluation, feels inspired or motivated? So your evaluation has to have words of courage, words of power, to actually ensure after your evaluation the employee still or your subordinate still moves forward. That is crucial, alright, because the words of encouragement not only makes a positive ending, also creates a positive relationship, because you and your subordinate are going to work for the next 1 year or 2 years or for the engagement itself. So it means you need to maintain that positive vibrant. So you need to motivate your subordinate. your subordinate. My third tip is the letter I, impromptu evaluation. If you realize, most of the company will have the performance evaluation once a year, and usually it's towards end of the year or at the beginning of the following year. Alright, which means the employee or the subordinate need to wait for the entire year for him or her to listen how well he did or how well she did in her job. Okay, so usually what I would suggest is give impromptu evaluations of feedback in the sense of, let's say if it's a project based, while the project is going on, let's say you find something going wrong, correct them immediately. Give them the feedback immediately, at least they can correct themselves. Let's say it's January to December and it's a normal routine maintained job, okay, or they are in a routine job scope. You can't be just waiting until December or the following year January for you to give your employee or your subordinate the feedback. Let's say there's something wrong in the month of February, correct them immediately. Okay, give them the impromptu feedback. The impromptu feedback can give them a platform for them to correct their mistakes and enhance their work or improve their work. And at least from the month of March to December, they can perform better. So why wait until end of the year or end of the financial period for you to give your feedback? And it's better for you to give impromptu feedback. At least the employee or your subordinate would feel appreciated. At least your employee would know that I am being noticed, I am being evaluated, and I am being improved. Now my fourth tip. Your evaluation is not for you to condemn. It's not for you to criticize or not for you to discourage. Okay, your subordinate would have made mistakes or would have not followed the roles and responsibility as stipulated in your company code. That's fine. Nevertheless, your task is to point out the mistakes, things that the employee didn't do well, and be a coach. Point out the improvement and demonstrate how things could have been done better. And next thing is, you should not criticize by using negative words. You are useless, you can't grow, alright, you are not worthy. I personally have received feedback such as, you are not worthwhile to be an auditor. You can only run, you can only talk, you cannot do audit. Ladies and gentlemen, that are the words which brought me down, but I didn't take it personal. I took it another way. I took it positively and grew. Alright, so of course I'm no longer in that company, but nevertheless, those kind of advisors can bring down an employee's motivation. So never ever condemn or criticize. Point out the mistakes. Show them the way. A good leader is someone who leads the way, who shows the way, who knows the way. So show them how you can improve it. Alright, should they make mistake, how to audit on fixed assets or property plant equipment, show them the methods, how it should be done. Or should you feel the email writing skills is poor, what you can coach them. Or if you feel you don't have the skills, get someone to train your subordinate. At least your subordinate grows. So that is one way, being coached, not being condemned. My next tip is, usually performance evaluation, people will feel it's only to get evaluations, it's only to get points of improvement. No, a performance evaluation should also include the strengths of the employee or the subordinate. Therefore, the superior should actually read out what are the strengths. An evaluation should be a combination of the strengths plus points for improvement. You already said one of the points to improve, but you missed out the other part, which is a common mistakes done by a lot of managers and superiors. Therefore, say what are the strengths of the employee, because the employee should know what advantages or positive elements that she or he already possessed. The person could be good in delegating tasks. The person can be good in communicating with the clients or customers. The person could be good in managing multiple portfolios. This could be task. So rather than just focusing on points for improvement, okay, also focus on the strengths. Read out the strengths. Okay, relate the strengths to the employee. My final tip is always look for out of scope jobs. You see, in a company, if it's a salesperson, the person have achieved a sales target. Don't merely just focus on that job scopes or responsibilities. Also look at things which he has done out of his scopes, such as the person could have been leading the sports club, could have been doing some corporate social responsibility works, alright, or even could become an MC for annual dinner or some corporate functions, which is your in-house corporate functions. Okay, so these are things which he has gone further distance above from his roles and responsibilities, okay, as a contribution for the company. Okay, he may not be paid for all these out of scope jobs, but it's your task to actually appreciate your subordinates. Only then your employees or your subordinates, your juniors, will be able to take up roles and responsibilities apart from the routine jobs, apart from whatever stipulated in the roles and responsibilities. Okay, so it could be some sports club, it could be some corporate social events, okay, your annual dinners. These are the things the superiors should appreciate, because you must take note, their remuneration is based on the roles and responsibilities. Okay, it means whatever out of scope jobs that they have done, like organizing annual dinners, organizing company trips, okay, or leading a sports team, all this comes out of their working hours. It means they are doing things out of their working hours. They are doing things out of their roles and responsibilities, okay, which they are not being remunerated for. Okay, but your task is to also appreciate, document that down in the performance appraisal. Okay, so at least the employee would feel that he's being engaged, he's being appreciated, and he's being acknowledged for whatever contribution that they have done for the company. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, do take note to micro. These are the 6 pointers you must take note for your next performance appraisal. So as I said, employees don't quit the job, they quit their bosses. So now it's your time to evaluate yourself. Are you a good boss? Are you a good manager? Or are you a good leader? It's for you to determine. All the best.